Because everything we do is about looking after staff, companies' market access, their reputation, their technology, and their assets, around the world. I think, all of it technically is a social good in that we're trying to promote health and well-being and, people making profits, which we consider is good for everyone. And, the opportunities as well as the risks around this, I think, helps promote those causes as well. So, the fact that we're talking about it shows how important it is now. Mine, no. That would be nice though, wouldn't it? I think, it is very interesting. I actually argue whether or not AI does become the norm. And actually, what do we mean by AI? And I think there's a lot more people talking about AI and they're actually working on AI. And a lot of it isn't actually that intelligent yet. So I think in any job, it's looking at the more skilled, the very, very skilled, high investment jobs at the very top end will still be humans, where there's a complex decision to be made or something like that. I think the jobs that will be outsourced first are the ones where machine learning and other things can be used to kind of just make it more efficient than having a human do it. And so I guess my organisation would be the same as anyone else's. It's the research type jobs that would be most likely to go first, but the looking at the results is still the thing that will come last. So it's about optimising the human to be able to deal with a complex environment. I think understand what you need and get out of it. Try and understand what the other person gets out of it and go for a win-win solution wherever you can. That all sounds very trite, but I think understand where you have to walk away, and understand where you can give ground and, you can gain benefit, and where those two things trading off against each other is the heart of a good negotiation. I think too many things get into a point where someone's get pressured into giving up too much, and then you have the basis for a future failure. You see that a lot with business partnerships. And certainly in my own space, often as a supplier, when being very constrained over things like, you must only bill us for the hours you do, and we're going to scrutinise that, and we'll punish you with 20%. And this sort of idea that we need to almost really constrain our suppliers means that it's very hard to do anything above and beyond, and meet the other commitment that's usually in a contract that says we want you to be excellent and always improving and doing more for us. And I think again, knowing what you can give ground on and knowing where you can offer something that's a benefit to the other person is really important. And to be honest, certainly in negotiations we've had with procurement in the last 5 or so years, we've very rarely encountered that very nasty kind of aggressive, driven rumble in the jungle type contract negotiation. It's been much more partnership based, and I think everyone values it. I think it's there. I think people realise, but it's quite hard to enforce. It's good as a policy, but then when you've actually got to go somewhere and go right down to spotting it, it is very hard. And even within Western societies, we're not great at spotting it at the moment. So I think it's an area that needs more focus. But like any fight against crime, it'll only ever be a struggle to drive it down. We're never going to drive it out. But I think being responsible, and of course more widely against other forms of crime as well. I think by doing screening, by being more diligent in putting pressure on agents and partners, I think it will have a beneficial effect over time.